The fact is, socialism doesn't work any better here than everywhere else in the world has been tried. And as Margaret Thatcher famously warned, sooner or later you run out of other people's money. When we cut taxes under Trump, our revenues did not go down, they went up because of the economic expansion that they produced. The Democrats had never understood that. Truman did, Kennedy did, but these guys don't. Until we control our spending, we are not going to solve this problem. And that's going to require members of Congress to pronounce the most abhorrent word in all of Washington, the unspeakable word, the dreaded and forbidden N-word. No. No, we can't afford to support 5 million illegal aliens that the Democrats have allowed into our country.
Now, I talked to a lot of Vermonters, like all Americans, and they love their freedoms, and they want us to be fighting for fairness. I hear these two things probably more than anything. They want a fair shot. They want to know that they're not getting gouged while others continue to grow their great wealth. They want tax fairness. They want us to ensure that the wealthy and corporations pay their fair share. This does not make them socialists. We know that increasing enforcement of tax collection raises revenue and benefits our economy. And Americans overwhelmingly support these measures. This, again, does not make them socialists. I mention this because my colleague earlier in this hearing brought up the hackneyed, tired specter of socialism. I urge us to be more intellectually honest here. Wanting freedom and fairness does not make one a socialist.
We have an unsurmountable problem because of our selfishness and because we pretend. We love to talk about the size of these problems. We love to cite the numbers, but you know, line upon line and precept upon precept, 1 million here, 1 million there, authorized, not with a revenue stream to pay for it. You know, the question I have to ask myself every day, am I operating in hypocrisy? Am I voting on things that I know is adding to this problem, or am I being true? Every time we lock aside another program, another benefit into mandatory spending, shame on us. Shame on us. And so all of us need to be operating in truth. The American people have to have the truth. We have to make sure the American people know the facts, that the pain is coming. Medicare, Social Security within 10 years insolvency, the pain is coming. And the midnight ride for us is to educate the American people so that we'll make the choice of sacrificing, not the sacrifice being forced upon us. Now, with that, I yield, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Balint, I yield 3 minutes to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The aim of the Fiscal Commission is, broadly speaking, I think, a noble effort. I think we all understand that crushing debt and massive deficits aren't healthy for the U.S. economy or for the democracy as a whole. As a parent, I, of course, worry about what this will mean for my children. And as the former leader of the Vermont State Senate, I understand the importance of working with colleagues across the aisle to pass balanced budgets that funded our state government every year. We found ways to do that required compromise, hard work, late nights, and I still welcome the opportunities with my Republican colleagues to address our nation's real challenges. But we already have the tools that we need. There are already solutions that work. And the chair said that this proposed commission, that in this commission, everything's on the table. And therein, for me, lies the problem. I disagree that everything should be on the table. There are some things that should absolutely not be on the table. And that's because the wealth gap in this country is obscene. I cannot and will not support cuts to Social Security, to Medicare, to nutrition programs for children and young families, for veterans benefits, for disability insurance. These programs provide vital support to regular people and improve not just our nation's economy, but the well-being of the democracy. And they offer Americans a lifeline from crushing, grinding poverty. Nearly 67 million Americans depend on Social Security for benefits, and it's frankly indefensible that right now in homes across our nation, there are elders who are trying to make the decision between medication, food, housing. We should be talking about strengthening Social Security, and it should not be on the table. Let's get serious about closing the wealth gap. I don't feel this commission will do that. Let's focus on what the majority of Americans want, which is freedom and tax fairness. Thank you, Mr. Chair.